Quran? He said, yes. And then I read it, and once I read Bayna, I froze, I couldn't move. I said, this has to be from the Creator. I said, it's so clear, there was no ikhtilaf. And then when I flew to Alabama, I was in the newspaper because I became Muslim, and my dad said, I heard you a Muslim, is that Buddhism? I said, no, Islam is different. I said, Islam means we worship only the Creator, it's Tawheed. I said, Isa was a Nabi, a prophet. He said, what do y'all believe about Jesus? I said, Allah says in the Quran that the likeness of Isa is the likeness of Adam. Allah just said, kun fayakun, being it is, and He created him. My dad's like, what? I told my dad and my grandmother to read Surat Maryam. I said, read it. And they read it, they couldn't move, they were froze.
Subhanallah.
So the whole life we were reading the King James Version, we were so confused in Alabama. And then the Methodists were fighting the Baptists. My whole family, we would both go to a different church. I thought we wouldn't speak because the Catholics, Protestant thing. So when I went back to Alabama, our entire white Christian church in Tennessee came to visit me in Huntsville, Alabama. And we had 120 became Muslim in 1 week.
No,
We all shared Surat al-Bayyinah. We read Surat Maryam, and that was it. Then we talked about 3 questions of the grave. Because I said Allah gives, He doesn't water the dawah down. When He says Surat al-Naziyah, al-Ghashiyah, He doesn't water it down, so we water it down.
Yeah.
So they don't get the medicine from us, because we sometimes apologize, and we sometimes overwhelm them with apologies. When we apologize, oh no, we're not this, we're not that, because of propaganda in the media. But once you sit down, you read that and read Surat al-Bayyinah, Surat al-Maryam, and they see from you that you're a sincere person, Allah does the rest. You know? So I just want to share that with them, because my mom took Shahada. She said, I'm ready to become a Muslim.
And your grandparents too, right?
She took Shahada and died when I was living, brain aneurysm, age 38. And then both my grandparents also became Muslim. And my great-grandfather, the most famous civil rights leader, he was Dr. King's best friend. They both were civil rights leaders. So he desegregated all of the white-only hotels in Alabama. And his grandson married Muhammad Ali's daughter. So they live in D.C. So then that's why I went to Egypt, Syria, and places like that and studied. I wanted to share with the Sheikh who was doing Surat Maryam. I was saying, man, if millions of Christians, they heard this, wallahi, they'll become Muslim. Because on TV, all they hear is propaganda. Jesus paid the price for their sins. And last week, I went to a gym in Hollywood. A supermodel was wearing a sweater saying Jesus is God. She was like a supermodel. So I made some sweaters saying Jesus was a prophet. And I walked into the gym and like everyone stopped me, wanted dawah. Because sometimes they just need to see it. We just need to remind them. Like the Sheikh said, we have to read Surat al-Hakam with the character and see how this dunya is just a deceiving enjoyment, keeping us from giving the dawah. Because they read it themselves, they become Muslim, they say, why have you guys been concealing this? Why have you guys concealing knowledge? And the Yahud was the only ones that was cursed by their people because they concealed knowledge, right? And we say in Surat al-Fatiha not to let us be like the Ghayri Maghdubi and the Dawalin. We say this over and over and over, we don't reflect. And in Christianity, it was the same way. I said, wow, we go to church, but soon we come back, we're backbiting, we're slandering, it's not benefiting us. I was 8 years old. My grandmother said, why do you think like this? I said, I see that when we go to the church, when we leave, I don't see the nur, I don't see the light in us. I said, we were really following Isa, we wouldn't have crack doors next door to the church. We will be, and I never heard of Islam, I never met a Muslim. But something just showed me that we were connecting with the Creator of the heavens and the earth, especially as Muslims 5 times a day, we should be walking with a different, distinct light. You know what I mean? They should be able to see within us that when we connect 5 times a day, that we should be the differences. You know what I mean? The way that the Sahaba was, the way that the Prophet was. You know? So when the Sheikh was going over this, I was just shaking my head saying, wow, can you imagine if people could hear this? You know what I mean? How many millions around us, especially Latin Americans, you know, they are spreading disbelief every day, and they don't know. They haven't read Surat al-Bayyinah. But we would have translated in Spanish, give it to them, and sit next to them. Because in the Air Force, we would have Sunday, and we would bring cookies, juice, meat, use of vessels, and we would have 100 soldiers take Shahada every week.
MashaAllah.
At Air Force Base, San Antonio. We were all converts. we would sit down, knock on the neighbor's door, we just bring a bunch of oatmeal Debbie pies, juice, would put on Ahmed Didat, was Jesus God? It was over 100 shahadas a week, officers, PhDs from Austria, but they don't put this on television. In Desert Storm, we had 15,000 soldiers become Muslim. I was one of the soldiers. 15,000 American soldiers became Muslim during Desert Storm. But we had never heard of Islam. I was in basic training with white guys who had never met a black person before. They rubbed my skin, that's when it doesn't come off. They're from Nebraska. So can you imagine if they don't know anything about Islam, and you say, oh, just go and kill those people overseas. They don't know that they're in Jahiliyyah. So we're not the ones that go out and connect with them, build relationships with them, let the Quran, let them read these surahs. And today we say, wait a minute, Allah, who created the seven heavens, I work with Elon Musk, and we see how huge the earth is, Mars, and it's above their heads. The creator of the heavens and earth want a relationship with us. Like, they can't fathom that. Like Bill Gates, Elon Musk, these people don't want a relationship with no one unless you can benefit them, but the creator of the heavens and the earth want a relationship with us. It comes down to the seventh heaven, 1/3 when we do tahajjud. This is above people's head, way above people. But we who have this message, we don't reflect sometimes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't reflect upon it. So I just want to...
Jazakallah khair, Sheikh. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair.